Greetings from the Eccentric Man, and welcome to the channel. It's been a little bit quiet over the last week or two. Different things, not been well, and been on holiday. So here's a quick update on what I'm doing. So this is the Galloping Major figures. It's the French-Indian Wars, and on the right we've got the British and the colonial infantry, who were provincials at that time. And on the left we've got the start of the French. We've got the French militia. So if we focus in a little bit, we've got 2 units of 60th Foot for the British. Very nice figures, painted up very nicely from Galloping Major. So we've got 2 regiments of those, and then at the back we've got the New Jersey provincials in their blue. The British roughly works out, if we take the 3 infantry units and the officer, that's about 200 points. I've got 2 Indian units to be painted up for the French Canadians. That'll be 2 units of Huron, and I've got 1 unit of Mohawks to paint up for the British. I've got back to Kickstarter in July, which was a Galloping Major Kickstarter, and I've got some French Marines coming from that when that's all done. So that should give me another 2 units of French troops. I did back another Kickstarter, which is going to give me the character figures from The Last of the Mohicans, and a pack of civilians, and a pack of regular infantry. Not sure how they'll match up for scale for these, because these are quite large 28mm figures. But that's the French Indian Wars coming along now, so nearly time to have a game with them. Next up, I've been doing some work on the invasion of Britain and Operation Sea Lion, and I managed to get some infantry, well, not the infantry, some footsore models, and the Warlord Games Defenders of the Realm. So these 2 on the left are from Footsore, and this is Bertie and his butler. They're going to be my command team. Well, that's going to be the LMG and the NCO for a Home Guard section. I've got the rest of the factory worker militia from Footsore, and they'll be the rest of the squad. And this is from the Defenders of the Realms. You've got the ARP Warden. Interesting that my wife's father was an ARP warden in the war. He did a stint at that. You get a police officer, which is amusing, because before I retired, that's what I did for 30 years. And then we've got some a woman RAF I've painted her up as. Your Boy Scout, your lady, gentleman in a greatcoat, and a guy with a pistol and a briefcase, and he's from the spies, the Warlord Spies box. And I've got the 2 nuns that I'm about to paint up, and a few more. So these are all going towards Operation Sea Lion. What I want to do is a small bolt-action skirmish game, using the bolt-action dice system, but only having perhaps a section of infantry and a few key German figures. Perhaps some spies and the nuns, perhaps a couple of Fallschirmjägers, who knows. But that's my my idea at the moment. So these are the ones for the civilians for Operation Sea Lion. So back in the tick with some more stuff that I've got. So what we have is a box of the British Expeditionary Force infantry. So Dunkirk prior to that, and the invasion of Britain. So this is going to be a backup squad of regulars for my Home Guard. So hoping to make an army-sized bolt-action list, and these will be the regulars. So yeah, those have been bought. I'll go through a separate unboxing of these to have a look at the figures. So I've got those. I've also picked up a box of British Airborne, the plastic figures. I've put them together, and I'll show you a close-up of those. Those were really nice. They're looking good. I did do a metal paratroop list, but I wasn't very happy with the painting of them. They were okay, but not what I really wanted. So I got rid of those, and I've now got the plastics to paint up. But we'll have a look at those in a tick. So that was that. I got the British Airborne. Interestingly enough, the British Airborne was set up just after Dunkirk. It was set up, it's thought that it was set up by Winston Churchill, but in fact he did pen a memo to set them up, but the actual British High Command had already decided to set up an airborne squad the day before. So it was close to getting it right. And that was about about 5 weeks after Dunkirk. And so they first actually came into a fighting force of about 500 men, early 41, mid 41. Always plagued with not having enough transport until we borrowed some from the Americans, but then we still didn't have enough. But yeah, an airborne unit to paint up. My friend, he's doing a Strong Oak. You've probably seen some of his videos. If not, please check out his channel. He's doing some hobby stuff and also some games. He's a good painter and does commission work. He's got a Fallschirmjäger army based up around about 42, 43. So I'm going to do some British Airborne to take them on. There's a couple of instances in Italy where the two fought against each other. So yep, some British Airborne to be sorted out. Finally, what else did I get? A foreground building. So it's a foreground Pioneer's log timber cabin. The first foreground building I've got, and I'll put that together and I'll do a video on that, I think. So yep, got the foreground video to go with my French-Indian War to do that. So rounding up, what else have we done? Back to Kickstarter, another Kickstarter, which is the cigar box battle mats. They're the plush battle mats, and this Kickstarter is for double-sided. Going to be a bit expensive, I think. With postage and import duties into the UK, it's probably not going to be very much of a saving over buying the mats from North Star. But however, I will get the double-sided plush mat, and with that I'm thinking of the arid background and also the Europe 2, which has got the small road and a couple of woods and fields. So that's what I've been up to buying wise. Let's have a look at what else I've oh yeah, the paratroopers. Let's have a look at those. So here's the paratroopers, a box of 30, and I've managed to make the officer and his mate on the left here, the Piat team, the artillery observer, a medic, and 3 infantry squads, all kitted out in the same way. So we've got an NCO with a submachine gun, 2 men with submachine guns, an LMG team, and 3 rifles. So 3 8-man squads. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a go at painting these. Looked at the camo schemes on a couple of things, and they look okay. Looking to try and get the right paints before putting a wash on them. So I think I'm going to use stone grey, mahogany brown, and refractive green, and we'll see how that goes on the test model when I come to paint them. But yeah, some paratroops to go with my British, so that should be good. So that's me for the moment. I've done a couple of little games on Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of Britain, at the local game store, but it's incredibly noisy there on an evening, so not being able to do any battle reports. I'm hoping that on Thursday, if this goes out before Thursday, hopefully get a little game for the Invasion of Britain campaign and stick that up on video. But that's me for the moment. Still working on, as I say, those French-Indian Wars, ticking them over until we're ready to roll. My friend at Strong Oak Painting, he's doing the Indians for me, as I've probably already said. Looking forward to getting those from him. And then putting together the British Expeditionary Force on an unboxing for you, and also the foreground timber carrying. So, from the Eccentric Man, keep gaming, roll those dice, and I'll see you soon. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments, please stick them down below, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Subscribe if you haven't, and share if your friends might like it. So, see you soon.